Hey brothers and sisters, so I just want to do a quick video to give you guys an update. My son and I made this like green room to start all of our vegetables indoors. We live in Wisconsin, so we obviously can't plant anytime soon. Typically in Wisconsin, it's Mother's Day weekend or the last weekend in May that we put everything in the ground. Um, a lot of us start our seedlings in the home around this time, sometimes more like next month. But what we did is we started our cantaloupe and our watermelon, things that are later harvest season, earlier to have an earlier harvest. We did this in two different ways because we were experimenting. So we started some off in soil and we started others in a hydroponic by seed way. So two different ways of growing, hydroponic and soil. I also have microgreens that I'm going to start, but I'm going to do it so that I can do a video showing you from, the first week, like the first 4 or 5 days, I should say, and then to harvest, which is typically 7, 8, 9 days at harvest. Different types of things I'm going to be growing for my chickens, my goats, greens, microgreens that they can eat that are very healthy for them and nutritious. Things that you can grow in your closet during winter and feed to your animals when they don't get those greens if you live in cold climates. There's a lot of things. I mean, you can take a Tupperware tub and make a hydroponic unit out of it, grow lettuce in a room during winter. There's a lot of things you can do. When you look at things that are happening across the world, like the train derailment in Ohio, sadly, those people that live there, they can't garden, they can't plant their fields, they can't do anything because the soil is tainted. It's poison. So these are things that anybody and everybody want to learn, regardless what you believe on the rapture. This isn't even about the rapture. This is just about everyday living survival skills because we see what's happened across the world. We see there are famines. We are nobody to say that a famine can't happen here in the United States. It's happened since the beginning of time. It's happening now. And we see wars and rumors of wars. We are in birth pains, and we are going to suffer some very hard times coming. So it's important that you learn how to grow food for yourself, be it outdoors or indoors. Be prepared for emergencies. Have food on hand, water on hand for your family. Anybody that says that you shouldn't do that, I mean, if you were watching the news and the weatherman said a tornado's coming, get in your basement, are you just going to sit there and say, I'm not going to believe you, I'm just going to sit here on my second story? Well, I'm going to go out my roof. No. You'd get in your basement. And in that basement, you're likely going to have food, water, flashlights, and a radio for you and your family in case you're trapped. So it's all about common sense preparedness. And I would like to teach people things that I've learned with gardening. I used to have a YouTube channel where I went through all these different methods of gardening. I've done baked potatoes, I've done garden bed potatoes. I built my own raised garden beds, which I happen to think the potatoes did really good last year in. But we're going to be doing a whole bunch of different things this year too, like vertical gardening, hydroponic wise, and also with tomato plants in buckets. So there's a lot of things I hope to help teach people. And then also there's a lot of reports of food shortages and as far as the beef industry goes. So I'd like to do videos teaching people how to pressure can meat. You can pressure can any kind of meat you want, be it chicken, pork, bacon, anything you can pressure can. And then you put it in a can, you put it in your cellar, you put it in your basement, and it's good for the next 10 years. Actually, sometimes longer. So I'd love to do videos to teach people how to do those kind of things. When you see a sale at the grocery store that's, really cheap, you're going to want to stock up on that at that time and it's really cheap versus pay the inflation prices. A lot of the stuff that I have in my cellar right now, I bought before inflation. So if I wanted to, I could just completely stop going to the grocery store and be eating really, really cheap versus everybody else. But I'm still looking at those sales and adding to those shelves and eating what we are today and rotating. But it's all about cost. Dehydrating food is another big thing. There's so many ways to preserve food. Rice, when it's on sale, you can put it in Mylar bags, put it in a 5-gallon bucket, throw it in your basement or cellar. Good for over 20 years. Pinto beans too, protein. Then you can take vegetables and put them in the deep silicone trays for a dehydrator and dehydrate them, then put them in like a blender, make it into a powder, and you put it into bottles. And then you can put that type of rice. You've got all these different vegetables, onions, peppers, mushrooms, anything you can think to mix in there that you dried out, then you mix up and you just pour up top of rice and add water, get it all, or oil or whatever you want to add for the sauce to make it like it all mixes together. You got all your nutrients in there. The Great Depression. There's a lot of Great Depression meals, like stuffed peppers, for example, meatloaf. Maybe it's just a Polish thing, but I grew up loving those. Goulash. What my grandma used to call poop on a shingle. Corned beef, chipped corned beef, on toast with the gravy. That's excellent. And, there's a lot of Great Depression foods that are really good and give you calories and nutrients. Sometimes not all of the good, healthy stuff, but stuff to give you calories and those carbohydrates that you need to have that energy and keep going. So I'm going to be doing videos here, in the future regarding those kind of things and trying to help other people learn those things that I've learned and hoping that it can better your life to become more self-efficient and learning the benefits of growing your own food where you don't have all that spray stuff on them to spray the fields, all those chemicals, all the other crap that they put in our food, which is why we have so many diseases and health problems today. But God bless you all, and I hope you find my videos to be worth watching, and I hope everybody learns something from those videos I'm going to be doing in the future. Good night.